Hello, good evening, everyone in Thailand and Asia. Once again, welcome to our first high school fair. So at this event, we invite many boarding school here in US and also in Thailand and also in India to participate. Give all the information to you, whatever you need, whatever you want to know, just come log into our Zoom meeting like this, and you can ask the dean of admission or the coaches itself to see if those schools are the right fit for you. So we had yesterday, our first day, we had a privilege to host four high school here at our fair. So we started with Waxa from Utah. And then we go on to Darlington School, which is almost 70 years old school in Georgia. And then we move up to New York, the school name Hoosac, which centrally located. It's only half an hour away from Manhattan, New York. And yesterday we had one international school from Thailand, Trail International School. Robert Trail, the founder, the owner of the family, and also the director of the school, very instrumental supporting all the students for his school. So yesterday we had a full program of four different schools, and today we have another four different schools to present it to you. Just come in and log in to Zoom meeting because each one of them have the Zoom separate link that you have to register and log in to listen to them. We start this morning at 7 o'clock in Thailand time, which is 8 o'clock in Philippines, with the King Academy. The principal and the president of the school will be our guest on the call, Dr. Walton Grab, and also the head coach of athletic department will be there. The King Academy is a private high school, boarding school in Tennessee, in Seymour. And the next up on the line is from India, PBI CSE Tennis Academy. So the center or the school located Bangalore in India. And the PBI, if you in tennis world, you probably know them or heard of them. They're one of the largest tennis operator in the world. They partner up with the CSE. It's a sports center, one of the largest one in Asia, and it's actually the owner is a famous cricket player and a famous badminton player. Join team together and build up the sport complex with huge facility to promoting and give the kids and the family a place and facility to train and practice and getting better. And the third one will be the Baylor School. Is coming on. So the dean of admission and also the head coach of tennis team will be with us this evening. Baylor School is probably top 10 private boarding school in US. If you want to come and join and play any sports, they are well known in American football. They're probably always number one to number five in the swimming, and there's tennis teams. Everyone who go there and join there pretty much either go to play in college in US or they play professional. So there's one of the best sporting school. We are in talk with them to send our kids to be there, golfer, swimmer, we're one of the best. They're located in Tennessee. And finish off for the first event and the today program with Montverde, the school Montverde Academy, centrally located in Orlando. So if anybody know US and you have kids, everybody know Disney World. So they're only half an hour away from Disney World. The school itself, well known in soccer academy, probably one top five in the countries. The school itself has about 200 soccer player there with 10 teams that play in high academy league. And we have clients already there and they'll really enjoy it. So, full house again today with the full school. And my name is George. I'm the CEO and the founder of US College Sport Camp and also the agency College Recruit. And normally my partner with me on this event is Kyle. He's from Philippines and he's owner and founder of the college sport pathway. We are partnered together and help in every student athlete in Asia to pursue their dream, whether it can be in high school, in college, or in the professional level in all seven different sports that we handle. So right now we are offering soccer, tennis, golf, badminton, swimming, basketball, volleyball, and we also have clients in fencing and in ice hockey as of right now. But we have many people come to us and want to talk to us regarding to other sports, such as synchronized swimming. We had a lot of requests. Triathlon, we have a lot of requests. Judo, taekwondo. So we're all here to help you and guide you and give you all the information that you can. So why are we waiting for the first session to start exactly at 7 p.m. in Thailand, which is in about 20 minutes from here? I'd like to show you about our company and also how can you access us if you have any question or anything like that. So let me share you the screen. Um, Okay, so the first stop, you can always follow us on the Facebook. We have Facebook, we have Instagram, and we are in the process of getting account with Twitter. So our Facebook is the agency College Recruit. Basically, you can follow us in anything that you want to know about our company, our clients. So this particular client, Pun, we already been working with Pun for about a year, and he already get accepted to Southern Utah to play golf there. So this one is Belle. She's going to be play tennis at University of Massachusetts, Amherst in 2021. We just got her verbally committed 2 weeks ago, and she will be signing an NLI in November. So this is TKA. That's going to start in 7 o'clock, so which is in about almost 15 minutes. And we announced a partnership with another company yesterday in Philippines, which is Cal CSP, College Sport Pathway. And we just announced our partnership with another company in South Africa. So we are working together globally to help you and family and student athlete to pursue their dream. So if you want to listen to our past video, we will guide you to another YouTube channel that we have. But this is Waxa from yesterday. This one from Darlington from yesterday. This one from Trail International School from Bangkok, Thailand. And this one, Husak. Ricardo is captain for Davis Cup team for Brazil. So he just moved there a year ago and setting up his shop. But Husak is one of the best facility, well diverse, and have more than 30 countries represented that boarding school. So that's Kyle. Cham, it recently became our client 2 weeks ago, and this week we scheduled him to talk with 9 coaches already with his video. Cham is an interesting story. He went to New Zealand for 3 years, and the last 2 years he at the Book Academy in UK. If you're in Thailand, you probably heard of them a lot. So, after he graduates from Brook Academy, he came to us and want to come play here in US and hopefully play professional later. We are in the basketball, so our team, our staff, and our partner that working on this basketball opportunities. We are looking forward to help more basketball player, anything that you want to come in US. So this is okay, so that's our Facebook. So if you want to learn anything or want to watch our previous activities, please come to our YouTube. Our YouTube, also the agency called Let's Recruit. So you can listen to all the stuff that we have in the past. For example, we have a lot of these are private, but you see in the first hand because we tape it every interview with coaches. She's Maria. She's a captain for women's soccer team in Philippines. So we do a lot. So just go to our YouTube, and you will be able to learn more about opportunities. And also we have the webinar every week, twice a week, one on Monday and another one on Friday. So on Monday, most of the time we call My Dream. Basically, we invite our client or athlete to talk about their dream. What their pathway, their experience, what's good, what's bad. So we all can learn from them and have them inspire us to keep going to pursue our dream. And on Friday, mostly they're all in about soccer. We are helping a lot of soccer client. So all three of these: soccer, golfer, swimmer. This one from Singapore, client from Singapore, because we also official college consultant, been helping with the Sport Authority of Singapore with the athlete for the past two meetings. So we have a lot of Singaporean clients. With that, after YouTube, if you want to get ready to go, check in on our website, the agency collegerecruit.com. When you log in, the first thing you should see now is a high school tennis scholarship fair. So basically, we want you to learn about how to get a scholarship here in US in high school. So this is all about tennis. No, how can you obtain, what school you should use, and how much should I get, all the stuff. We work for all the clients. And the next one will be in early November. So we'll be virtual high school soccer scholarship. So a lot of kids come to us, want to come here, play high school, and sleep here in boarding school and obtain a soccer scholarship. So this is our website. So our website, you come in, if you're ready, you can just go ahead and click start your profile, okay? So type in your name, your profile, your school profile, and click register. Once you click register, we will have your profile, and then we will ask you to schedule appointment with us. So basically, you talk to our team, whether it can be me or my team, consultant in Asia or in US. We'd like to talk to you. We want to know what do you want. We want to know, what school you'd like, weather-wise, cold, hot, weather, shower like Oregon, or a desert area like Texas, or you like heat like Miami, Florida. So we all want to learn about you. So we offer free 30-minute consulting service. So you can talk to us for free. Just go ahead and schedule the appointment. So that way we can speak to you and talk with you. Once we get this, you will be able to talk, and we stay in connect. So that is our clients. So you can see all of our clients. We have the profile for them. We build it up. We talk to coaches for them. We secure scholarship. So we are full service, one-stop shopping. Once you retain the service with us, we have 100% placement, happy client only. So within that 30 minutes, we will talk to you. If we cannot meet your expectation, we will guide you and we give you a homework for you to do. But at that point, we don't need to be officially client yet. We just keep in touch. Anything we can help, happy to do so. But if we committed or you committed for us to be a partner and have us to go through this process together, we are committed and we have 100% placement. We will find what you like to do. Okay, so that's just us. Um, so come back to this. We see you in about 10 minutes, and the first stop will be the King Academy. All right. Well, thanks again for joining us today, and we're looking forward to service you and privilege and opportunity to work with you and find the right school, whether in high school, college, or professional team level. Thank you for joining us and have a good day.
I'm really proud that we are an international boarding school. It's what makes us unique. The family atmosphere, the servant hearts of these people that I work with, and families who support us. They will do anything and everything to get things done and to support these kids, to make them feel at home, especially our boarding students. We want to make them feel at home. It's a wonderful, supportive family environment.
We want the King's Academy to be, the most exciting place in the world to go to school. We want them to have fun. I think the most exciting thing about having the diversity we have at the King's Academy, we are training what we believe are going to be the future leaders of the nations. We want these students to not just stay here in the Knoxville area and make an impact, but we want them to literally go across the world, and we want them to be well trained and well equipped to be salt and light, to be leaders for the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Good evening, everyone in Asia, and also good morning, everyone here who join us from either Europe or here in America. My name is George Duomani. I'm a CEO and the founder of the agency College Recruit. We are a consulting service to help kids and family to pursue their dream here, both in education and sport, whether it would be in high school level, college level, or professional level. Um, Today, it's our second day of the high school fair where we invited many well-known boarding school here in US, in India, Philippines, Thailand, and Asia to join us and give information to you as a family so you can learn from themselves regard to what is the right fit for you if you decided to come to the boarding school route. And once again, my name is George. I apologize for my partner, Kyle, who joined us yesterday, but today he will join us a little later. He, the CEO and the founder of the company called College Sport Pathway that based in Philippines. And he also been helping a lot of many family from Philippines for the past 5 years. So today, first start, we have a privilege to have the King Academy, a boarding school centrally located in Seymour, Tennessee, in USA. And TKA President, Dr. Walter Grubb, joined us this morning, and also Coach Rico, who came to Thailand a few months ago before COVID hit, also joining us today. But I just have to let you know before we start, we have clients, many clients that joined the TKA already. They are one of the best friends and a good partner that many students trusted and the family trusted to send the kid to be there. So this morning, sir, good morning, Dr. Grubb.
Good morning, George. It's good to see you.
Nice to see you too, sir. Good morning, Coach Rico. Okay, so Coach Rico, you gotta turn on your microphone real quick, but let me turn on to Dr. Grubb first. Please, stage is yours. Thank you again for joining us this morning and this evening in Asia.
Well, thank you. I'm not sure exactly how you want the format to go, but I'd be glad to talk about the King's Academy and our appreciation for international students. As Mr. Rico could probably tell you, I may tend to talk too much. So let me try to speak specifically to the areas you would have me to talk about. I did spend 31 years in service at the King's Academy. I technically retired in 2018, but I have returned as the interim president and headmaster while the Board of Trustees seeks a new head of school. So I'm happy to be back among friends, happy to renew my relationship with Coach Rico, and happy to be engaged with our international community once again. I may tend to go off on a tangent and speak about my experiences and my relationships, but I want to focus my comments on specifically what may be of most interest to your clients and you. So if you would guide me in that process, I would appreciate that.
Okay, well, thank you, sir. So, you know, in some, right now we are in Zoom and also live on the Facebook in 30 pages. So we have many family that want to send a kid to be here, boarding school. And why would they send the kids to the King Academy? I think the foundation and the vision that you see for your academy since you're 31 years there would help build the foundation. And also secondly, right now it's all about safety, about COVID.
Sure.
So what you have in place and the policy, that would be wonderful. And then Coach Rico can talk about the sport, you know, soccer, tennis, basketball, anything specifically for that.
Oh, thank you so much for the opportunity to speak about that. Our school is one of the oldest schools in the country. We are 140 years old, founded in 1880 and we have been on the same campus operating continuously for that period of time. We were a boarding school from the very beginning. So from 1880, we've had facilities for resident students. In 1935, we received our first international students. Those were two brothers who came from Cuba, and that was the beginning of a wonderful international experience for us. Prior to that time, students came from other states throughout the United States, mostly in the mountainous areas, the Appalachian Mountain areas of Virginia, North Carolina, and so forth, Kentucky, as well as Tennessee. But the international community began to expand when we, in the mid-1930s, began to receive students initially from Cuba. Since that time, we have had students from over 100 countries. Over 1,000 students, international students, have come from over 100 different nations. So we have, it has become, I would say, our most distinctive characteristic at our school. It's the international quality that enriches our school, enriches the lives of our students, our faculty and staff. And we hope that we are investing ourselves equally into the lives of the international students who have come. I believe we have had a student from every continent except Antarctica. So that speaks well for the diversity of students who have come our way. This year, of course, COVID-19 has had a major impact on our school as well as every other school around the world. It's been a difficult time getting some students back on campus because of travel restrictions. Nevertheless, we do this year have 15 nations represented in our student body. Pardon me, they represent several different continents and oh, pardon me.
Thank you.
Those students have been very loyal and come back to our campus, those who could. The others are performing their academic load online, doing their studies through an online program we call Flex. So we're trying to stay as current as possible, even with our students who are not able to be on campus at this time. On our campus, we are complying with all of the restrictions and guidelines of the Tennessee Department of Health and the Center for Disease Control. We have just, as of 2 weeks ago, by action of our Board of Trustees, declared ourselves to be what we call critical infrastructure or essential workers. Our faculty then are able to continue working with tighter restrictions in place. Those restrictions include social distancing of 3 to 6 feet apart, masks at all times in hallways and in common areas, and then of course monitoring symptoms very carefully throughout the day. When students arrive on campus, we're checking in with them to make sure everyone is safe and protected. We have had a few cases pop up in our school, as you might expect, with a school of over 500 people on campus daily. Those cases have been dealt with very carefully, very promptly with isolation. And I'm happy to say that in our residential program, we have yet to have our first positive case of COVID-19. The cases that have popped up have been with some younger students in our elementary program, primarily who are day students from our community, but they have been isolated and quarantined carefully, and we've been able to protect most of our student body and faculty because of that response. Let me just say that we are eager to continue serving international students, especially from the countries that you serve. I've enjoyed since 2017 a really good relationship with Coach Rico. He's worked very closely with us to bring us some wonderful students. I believe maybe around 75 students have come through his influence over the years, and a number of those have successfully completed our program, graduated, and gone on to pursue their college careers very successfully. So that gives a little overview of our history and who we are. We are a distinctively Christian school. We teach classes from a biblical perspective, a biblical worldview, and we believe that that adds a very significant character development aspect to what we offer to our students. So thank you for this wonderful privilege to speak to you all and to the folks who may be listening and watching online. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Dr. Grubb. And then we're happy to say we have both, we have client in both of your platform, the on-campus and also Flex. It's very wonderful educational experience for them and the family. Thanks again for starting that Flex program.
Thank you.
Okay, so just joining the line, my partner Kyle from Philippines, and this wonderful partnership that we had, so we can expand our reach to throughout Southeast Asia. So right now, our company operating on 15 different countries in 7 different sports. So I'm looking forward to continue and growing the partnership with you and the PKA Academy. Coach Rico, so right, let's talk about sports.
Sure.
So
can you guys hear me?
How's our client doing soccer? How is soccer
doing good?
COVID?
Yeah, Poon has arrived here in September, right? And do you know the COVID or soccer team? It is not here because many of our kids are from Brazil. However, because there are so many good partners close to the King's Academy, Poon is able to play for a club team in Knoxville, Tennessee. And he has been playing, he has been traveling, and he is already being seen by college coaches, you know, so I think has been a great experience for him, also for us.
Great, wonderful. Yeah, because I know many places they can't even touch or do any training yet. The school.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, that's, you know, there's a very good positive thing that the King's Academy and is able to offer to our clients who plays sports. There are so many good partners close by that, you know, it is easier and a good situation for our clients to be here, because there are so many club teams, there are so many college coaches, there are so many college close by that every single students that they are here, they play sports, they have the chance to do college tours, they have the chance to play tournaments, and they training, they practice the entire year from August to May. So they training around 10 months during the year. So I think Poon is very happy about it, and our coaches in here, they are very happy to have him. So looking forward to have more, students from Philippines, Thailand, Asia continent.
Okay, if you allude to Philippines, I think it's a good timing for you to cut in, Cal.
Hello?
Your microphone is on.
Okay. Yeah, no, hi, Coach.
Good
sorry,
morning.
It was a pleasure to meet you. I was caught in traffic, but anyways, I was, as you've mentioned, as George has mentioned, I think now is a really great opportunity to connect with you from the Philippines, because we are expanding heavily here in soccer. You know,
That's
soccer was
perfect.
not the most popular sport in the
Yeah.
Philippines, but in the past year, past 2-3 years, it has been. And a lot of the players now, a lot of the kids from elementary to high school, they really want to take soccer seriously, and that's always a good thing, right? So hopefully we can get more kids from the Philippines at the at the King's Academy.
Yeah, sure. And here, soccer has been growing huge, huge. I came here back in 2004 to play college after playing, in a very good level in Brazil. So I played a little bit of professional in Brazil, and then I came in here to college. It was back in 2004. Nowadays was going to be impossible. But back in that time, I was able to do, this transition, and it was great. However, As Dr. Grubb mentioned, it was since it started in 2017 has been great for our kids because they are here, they are able to train, all right, they are able to understand how soccer works in here before they go to college. And because they have this, they being able to play, they being able to be seen by college coach, and the most important thing is the classroom. They are able to compete as with American kids who are here, who has been the system for, since 5, 6 years old. So it is great if we have the chance to have those students for 2 or 3 years. So they are being prepared in the classroom and also on the soccer field, and are being able to be seen by a lot of college coaches during those times.
Perfect. Perfect. Understood.
Good.
Okay, so well, Kyle also, Kyle and I, we have the similar background. We play for tennis for our national team, respectively. I'm from Thailand and he's from Philippines, and we both came here to college tennis. So, could you tell us a little bit more about your tennis program and
Sure.
facility, and if
Sure.
the kids go to King Academy, how they can get improving and certainly the same pathway go to college?
Sure. I mean, I'll be very honest. Our tennis program is getting in a point right now, just like the soccer program. So they are training more, they are playing more, and the Kings Academy is putting more time to prepare those kids on the tennis court. So right now we have students from Brazil that play tennis, and he's very, very happy. They play for the high school, and also they play some club tennis, just like the soccer kids. Starting now in 2021, the idea is to grow and make the tennis program just like the soccer program. So the time they play more, they call here college showcase, right? So they are going to be playing more tournaments so they can be seen by college coaches as well. And the program that I do for the soccer kids and the basketball and the volleyball, the college tour program, that they go to the college, they have the chance to talk to the coach, they have the chance to talk to the college people in there, so they can learn more about the majors, about how they can get in, how the process works. So I do this for the college kid, for the tennis kids, you know and the King's Academy is very fortunate to have a college counseling program. So every single is students that play sports and don't play sport, they have a college counselor, so they are able to direct everyone to the right college for them. So again, it comes the preparation on and off the court, and I think the King's Academy, it is going to get a point to be able to prepare the tennis kids in a high level as well.
Good, good, good. That's good to know. I
How many
know.
tennis players do you currently have there?
We have for our high school, we have 12.
12. Perfect. Okay.
Yes, 12.
So it's good. At least it's more personalized, no, more
Yes,
individualized.
yes. And again, it's just like soccer and other sports. I do have a swimming kid from Brazil. He's only 8th grade. He's not here yet because he cannot come right now, but he's coming in January. And he will have that I call a private program for him. So next to the King's Academy, there is a college called Johnson University. They have just put a $25 million sports complex. It is only 10 minutes from the King's Academy. So he will be training there. There is a college coach coming from Tennessee. He's going to be coaching him. So it is the same for tennis. If there's someone who is very good and is trying to hit the higher level, I can personalize this program for this student coming from Brazil, from here, from anywhere.
Good, good. I think that's what a lot of the parents and the kids would like to hear. Having that specialized and individualized
Yeah,
attention is always good, no?
sure. and not because I am here, but I've been working. There's a lot of boarding schools, that I have been sending kids since 2015. But the King's Academy has a situation that those students and family, they become the King's Academy family, because the King's Academy offer, I think they offer a lot of, they offer more. They offer the supports, they care about every single one who is there, so they are able to hear and try to provide a special program for them.
That's good. That's very good to know.
Yeah, no, and beside that, Rico, I mean, we talk about soccer, we talk about tennis, but King Academy also very well known for the American soccer, American football. Keep soccer, football is getting mixing up, and then basketball and volleyball, right? You got all the athlete team that you have the program for. We lost you. Microphone, Coach Lico.
While he is
Can
working on his
can you
microphone,
hear
may
me?
I comment? May I comment? I think you're back on, Claudio. Go ahead.
That is good. All right. Yes, the American, it is being a huge program for us since 2 or 3 years ago. They have been growing. They have been doing great. This year, I believe they have lost only a single game, so it's been great. They have so many good kids. There's 2 or 3 American football players. They have been looking to go to the highest level here as a college program, so that has been good. The volleyball, I do have a girl from Russia. She is here, and there is a volleyball club in town. They call K2. They are very, very good volleyball club team, and she is able to play for the high school from August to November, and then she plays for the club from November to June. So again, they play the sports the entire year, and she has been seen by a lot of college coaches as well. The basketball program, we have 7 students from Brazil, and I mean, they love it. The training is intense. The King's Academy offer the opportunity for those students to prepare themselves, because with Coach Lincoln Thomas, he is a fitness training there, so they have a program that, they can get stronger, they can get faster, they can compete with the American kids, which they're taller, they are stronger since since the early ages. So the King's Academy, I think, has been a good place for those kids to prepare themselves for the next level, which is playing college.
And all of or a majority of your kids, regardless of the sport, they really focus on playing college sports, right? Or are there some kids who also aspire to be professionals in their sport?
Well, I think it is a dream, for them. As soon as they come in here, they have this dream to play the professional level. I mean, there's a path to get there, right? So as soon as they arrive, they start understand that they have to go from high school to college, and then to college they can move to the professional level. However, if they don't start working, they don't start doing the things at the high school level, again, that's a thing. As early as they get here, as early as they learn, as early as they can prepare themselves for their goal. In case in 6, 8 years they don't make the professional level, they have played in a very, very good level, which is the high school and college level, and they have a degree, so they can move on, their life. So to me, that's the most important thing that they can get in here.
I agree. I completely agree, and I'm sure George also agrees
Yeah,
that you
Yeah.
really need to finish college to get that degree. So no matter what happens, whether you play professional or
yeah,
you I don't know, you play and or you get injured, you get burnt out. At least you have that degree to hold on to and eventually use
yeah,
it.
sure.
For more success after college.
Yeah, I believe Dr. Grubb, he would like to say something.
Well, thank you, Claudio. I just wanted to comment about two or three things. One is our facilities. We have, I think, excellent training facilities. We have a football field, American football field, soccer field. We have our new, relatively new Tibbetts building that accommodates volleyball and basketball. And then he mentioned Lincoln Thomas. He is a very respected strength and conditioning coach, and he works with all athletes. He works with all students to help them be the best that they can be in whatever sport they may be in, or just the most fit they can be physically, just for general life. But he really is excellent at taking students to the next level in their strength and conditioning. I've seen, I was away for a couple of years, and now that I'm back on campus, I see the dramatic results that have come from Coach Thomas's work with our students in strength and conditioning. So I applaud what he is doing, and I'm thrilled with the impact he's making in the lives of our students. We have constructed 4 new tennis courts, well lit, of course, to go to the 2 existing courts that we had. So our tennis facilities have greatly improved in the last 5 years. And I would add just a commentary about, I really love the more individualized sports such as tennis, and may I add golf. I don't know if anyone's mentioned golf at this point, but golf is an excellent sport for us. And we've had a good record in the state championship series here at the King's Academy in golf as well as tennis. So I love the team sports, love basketball, maybe as much as soccer, but I would not minimize the opportunities that are available, especially for college scholarships in tennis. Again, I would say golf. Swimming is not oddly, is not a state athletic association sport. So it has to be treated, as Mr. Rico said, as a private opportunity club sport. And there are facilities nearby our campus, as he mentioned, for the swimming development. But I just want to put a plug in for the more individualized sports such as tennis and possibly golf.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. No, thank you. And I play individual sport tennis, but my son play golf. So we all individual. So start getting to team sports, so reversing. But anyway, I've been to your campus and visiting a couple months ago. A great, wonderful campus, secure, very open and greenery. So I saw the golf course there on the way in, very close by to your campus. So that's wonderful. Okay, so
Hey, Joe,
last 2 minutes. Any word that
uh,
would you like to advise or a comment for a prospective student coming in for next enrollment?
I'm sorry. It's just being, I just got here now the SAT from a student that plays tennis, and he has been at the King's Academy since the spring 2018. His score at SAT was was 1,550.
What?
So
Very good.
so
That's crazy.
it shows that how the King's Academy prepared them. It shows how the King's Academy care about them, and it shows that it can be a great place for anybody who has the desire to be here, who has the desire to learn, and who has the desire to succeed. So
That's
And
great.
may I
Congratulations.
add, Mr. Rico's already mentioned the word that pops up most frequently when we're talking to visitors to our campus, and that word is family. We believe that students develop best in a family atmosphere, and it's just what we hear from visitors who comment about the quality of the experience on our campus. They will often say, "This seems like a family." That is what we wish to nurture and develop, and that is what we hope will provide the students the environment, the setting that they need to become the best that they can possibly be.
Great, that's wonderful, and it definitely feel a family. And I got to know almost everybody in your admission staff too. Thanks you again, Dr. Grubb, and thanks for Coach Rico for your time this morning. And looking forward to grow our partnership. And if you have more any question, anything like that from the family, we'll certainly forward to both of you. Thanks again.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good evening, everyone in Asia, and once again, welcome back to our first high school fair, and all about tennis. And every tennis family out there in Asia, in Europe, or in US, welcome you to the programs. And my name is George. I'm a host of the event. I'm a CEO and the founder of the agency College Recruits. We are the recruiting firm to help to pursue your dream, whether it can be in high school or college or a professional level. And today we have the privilege to talk and present it to you from one of the best tennis academy from India. And joining us this morning or this evening is a tennis director, Jorge Pinella Hernandez. And he's with the PBI and CSE Tennis Academy. And I will let him to basically give you information of what it is, because it's a joint partnership between two of the best sport and tennis in India. So we will have him give us more, a little bit detail and what is all the program is all about. But for myself, I've been to the tennis facility. I've been to the sport facility last year before COVID hit. I can endorse you and I can tell you this is one of the best sport facility in the world. And it was built not for profit. It was built by the legendary for India. One is from badminton. He used to be number one in the world, and then from legendary from cricket itself. So the tennis center or the sports center was built on the purpose of the give the facility for all Indian and student and family to enjoy and thrive and improve themselves. So not gonna take much of your time. Today I will give you Mr. Jorge Pinala, the tennis director from PBI and CSE Tennis Academy. Good good evening, sir.
Yeah,
we are so many different time zone here. Good
I
evening.
know.
How are you doing,
Oh,
Jorge?
thank you, George. One more time. I mean, we were talking before, and your name is my name in English. So yeah, my name is Jorge Pinilla. It's an honor for me to be part of this conversation today with the agency College Recruitment, and also sharing this time with you, George, sharing some of the experiences and what is the program that we have here at the PBI Tennis Academy CSE in Bangalore, India. So one more time, very honored and very happy to be part of this.
Thanks for joining us this evening.
Yeah, definitely. So should I share my screen or?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
We're ready.
All right. So yeah. So same as I mean, George did a fantastic introduction of our site. Yeah, this is one of the more considered the only world-class facility in India at this point of time. The foundation of the Paddock on Dravid Center for Sports Excellence dated in the 2017 December, and it was a vision from one former badminton player. His name is Vivek Kumar. Okay, Vivek Kumar he's into the industry of cars. He owns a lot of showrooms for cars, and he said it's not fair for the Indian athlete to not have an infrastructure world class to train. So basically, what he did is, I would like to spend, one of my money, and build something that will help, the next generation of athletes in India. One of the biggest problems that in India was happening before is the lack of infrastructure, but at the same time, the lack in coaching. So what he did is, all right, we are going to build a center with all the sports. So here in the academy, we have cricket, we have badminton, we have swimming, we have football, we have shooting, we have a sport rehab center, we have all the technology for creating the next generation of tennis players of India. But at the same time, when he built it, he said, okay, infrastructure without the coaching, then doesn't match. So he went back to the history and he found out that the program who built the legendary tennis in India was PBI in the Britannia Amateur Tennis Program. And that's how PBI came back in the picture here in 2017. When we arrived here, so it was Clark Corey and myself, and little by little we'll be growing the academy. Today, we have the fortune to say that we have 135 players training here in the academy in different groups. But we are gonna go through the history a little bit first. Okay, so very important, what is PBI? So it comes for the name of Peter Boardwatch International. We work is the largest company for tennis management in the world. We work in 24 countries in 60 facilities with around 92 professionals. Before COVID, in the 2019, we received around 10,000 emails from headquarters from coaches wanting to join PBI. We have the honor to be only 92 and almost 103 associate pros. So you see in the map all these points. This is where PBI you can find it, and it's one of the benefits of being associated with this company is that you have not only the access to the concepts, but at the same time you have the access to the networking, and you can participate and you can get connected with the other PBI pros in the world. For example, I'll give you an example. We were here with a Warriors team, is called, which is the high performance team. We went to Singapore for an ITF. It was in Kalan. Kalan has, of course, like five courts, but it was difficult to train there. So based on the connections that we had, I got to contact the PBI director in Singapore, and we didn't have only one site to practice. We have 3 clubs there to practice. So in that way, it can kind of give you the advantage that you can also send players, and they will always be a PBI professional in the countries that where they are gonna compete, taking care of them. So since 1975, it was founded by Peter Bourgeois himself. He's a Canadian former Davis Cup tennis player, and he started the business in Hawaii. PBI is recognized not for teaching mostly in the most luxury resorts in the world, but at the same time in clubs and academies. So since 1975, we have almost taught 3.5 million people, where we have produced not only Grand Slam champions, but at the same time Olympic champions and around 200 professional tennis players. Why the PBI has succeeded in the tennis industry in these years is basically because of three components. First one is the standards that we manage since the moment we stand in the court are really high. We are all the professionals that we work are very much into service oriented. At the same time, the professionalism. For example, the values that we want to input in our kids is that we want first people, we want to create person and then create professional tennis players. So sometimes we see a lot of players hitting a lot of beautiful balls, and that's maybe something that is an impact right now in the tennis industry, is that sometimes the values are not there. So for us, it's more important to teach values, to teach human beings, to teach professionalism. Professionalism in the sense that it's not only hitting the ball properly, understanding the game, but at the same time it's how you behave, how you look, how you communicate, how you deal with the press, for example. So we try to offer an holistic environment for every player who comes here to the academy. Of course, putting a very, very important section for the education, but at the same time, trying to guide them in what is the right path to get into the Pro Tour. So the professionalism, for example, I can give you examples of the standards in terms of punctuality, in terms of communication. We are an academy, we will never yell at a player. We really believe that the most important thing that we need to create is the passion. Our slogan is PBI Tennis for Life, which we really consider that in the moment that you touch the racket, for the very first lesson, you need to leave the court loving the sport. We want to create passion and we want to promote tennis. And that's why the reason that we came back here in India. And our style of teaching is based in collaboration, team environment, work ethic, respect, and responsibility. All right, and excellence. One of the other things that we have on why PBI has succeeded in the industry so far, and this is one of the coolest things of our company, is the concepts and fundamentals. We don't teach systems, we teach individuals. Every tennis professional that comes here to the academy, or every kid, or every adult, has a different style of play. We don't emphasize directly, this is how you gotta play, because every player is different, and every player has a different individual needs. So we want to go through the through the strong foundation. How we do that is we found checkpoints. Since all the history of the tennis, there is certain points that every professional tennis player does. All right, and we try to find which one are those common things that every professional does, put it in the most simple way so the player can understand it, and then from there teach the fundamentals. Concept and fundamentals is one of the most important and key in our company. The cool thing is that, for example, you come here, George, and you train with me for one lesson, and you've been traveling around the world, I believe, all the time. But for example, you go to Singapore or you go to Dubai and you contact the PBI professional over there, that professional in that place, he will continue teaching you exactly the same concepts that I will be teaching you here. Okay, so it's not that every professional has a different vision, it's that we all teach the same. When we got recruited and we go join the company in PBI, we need to go for a training for 3 months, which we work 7 days a week in those 3 months, from 7 in the morning to 7 at night, in full training in order to get that vision of tennis. All right, understanding the tennis, understanding the fundamentals, and understanding the concept. So for example, when one player, as I said, comes with me, can go to Dubai, to Jake, can go to Singapore, to Thomas, they will be teaching you exactly the same things. All right. So that's one of the most cool things of PBI. Right. Now, through a history since 1975, players who has worked with PBI professionals. We have in our history players like Serena Williams, Venus Williams has been taught by PBI, by Peter Bourgeois himself. Sania Mirza worked with Asif Ismail. Leander Pace and Sander Beberman, they were players created by PBI back in the program of Britannia Amateur Tennis program. But we're gonna go a little bit more deeper in the next presentation. Players who has chosen to train in PBI sites, for example, Roger Federer in Jumeirah in Dubai, Dominic Thiem in Stankovic in Austria, Stefano Tsitsipas also goes over there. Most of these people go to Dubai. Now that they know about this place, they're also looking to an option to train in this facility here. We run national programs for the Qatar Tennis Federation, in the Hong Kong Sports Institute, to the Singapore Tennis Association as well. We run the racing program for them, the Davis Cup and the Fed Cup team. The Britannia Tennis Amateur. Vijay Amatraj, back in 1982, he was, or he is still, the biggest tennis player in single, or the most famous tennis players in single with more titles, ATP titles in Asia so far. He has 16 ATP titles. So when he was here in 1982, he said, okay, who is gonna take over, and the next generation of tennis in India? So he got in contact with Britannia, this a big company, and he sponsored the program for 10 years. And in that 10 years, we produced players like Leander Pace, Sander Deverman, and of course, Asif Ismail, who is already part of PBI in Hong Kong. He's the director of the PBI site in Aberdeen in Hong Kong. So that's why we came back in India. We have many titles with Leander Pace, Grand Slams, Olympic medals, but we have an unfinished business yet. We have not had the first single Grand Slam champion yet. So we would like to start over again and trying to build the next generation of tennis in India. That's why we came here. At the same time, we were looking for a facility and a place where we need the infrastructure to do it. And CSE offers the only world-class facility in India so far in Bangalore. So as I said before, the Padukon Dravid for Center for Sports Excellence has 5 full covered course, okay? And we have 5 quick start course. We have cricket ground, we have swimming, 50 meters, Olympic pool. We have badminton, 5 course indoor for high performance players, and 10 more courts for the graduate program. We have football, we have the Abhinavindra targeting performance, and at the same time we have the Soma Rehab Center. So these ones are the tennis courts that we have. So 5 plexi cushion fluted full size courts, full light. We have in operations from 7 in the morning to 9 at night, mostly full. But one of the things that we don't want to jump is that the policy that we have is only 4 players max per court. We don't want to have a lot of people on the court at the same time. So we, in that sense, we keep rotating the batches in order to give them the same attention and individualized training for everybody. We have the quick start course with the wall as well, also covered. We have the Hall of Fame of India. This is the football pitch. The amphitheater for events. We have the swimming pool as well, as I was mentioned before. This build behind, this is the members building. We have the badminton course, the cricket ground. This is the Abhinavindra Targeting Performance Center, which is, this is super cool because the Abhinavindra is the only single or individual gold medalist in India in history. And he's famous for shooting. He won the Olympic gold medal in shooting. So everybody confused targeting performance because they think it's shooting. But what they do here is that they connect the athlete in every one of these machines to find out how is their body composition, how to program a proper fitness, and from there get a good training. And we direct it directly to Besoma so they can take care of the body of the athlete. So we target the performance. And that's basically the slogan of Abhinavindra. We also have the hostel ready. The accommodation is going to start operating from December 2nd. So this is, we have different sites of dormitories. We have dormitories, the regular and standard one for the players. We have more luxury rooms, but at the same time, we have 1 BHK and 2 BHK apartments for players who are coming from the outside. It's also here in the facility. So if you see, we have everything that requires for a tennis player to develop. We have the fitness area, we have the track area, the technology, we have the cover course, so we never stop no matter the weather it is. We have now the dormitory, so now we can have the residential program. And one of the biggest problems that we were facing here in India is the lack of competition. But we've solved that problem. Now we got UTR here in the academy, and that's a big opportunity for the players in India, you know, because right now UTR is one of the biggest tools for recruitment in the colleges, in the universities. So we have this side as part of UTR as well. Establishing the PBI Tennis Academy. So as I said, we got in India in 2017, December. Operational, we've been from April of 2018 until date. So you will say around 2 years, almost 2 years. It's a very new academy. At the same time, in the academy, as I said, it's very new. We have 125 players in weekly basis. 2 professional tennis players has played here in the academy. So Hasadik, Ashmita Eswaramurthy, and also Adil Kalyanpur has trained here. 1 Paralympic silver medalist, Jafin Sheikh, and also 1 ATF senior player, Vishal Badri. All right, we have a program with our trust where we support players. So Hasadik is part of our program. Something happened?
No, my the partner joined us from Philippines.
Okay. So Soha Sadik is one of the athletes supported by the academy at CSE, and we have also the Warriors team, which I'm gonna go later about it. The programs that we offer here, we divide the program in 2 parts. So one is the grassroots program, and the other one is the development program. The grassroots program is where we teach the foundation. The development program is when we take it a little bit for players a little bit more seriously. And the ones who are trying to pursue the professionalism or trying to go for a scholarship in the US. We have school programs, adult clinics, and at the same time, well, as I said, the grassroots program. How we divide the grassroots program and the development program, we divide them into teams, okay? So every player who joins the academy, for example, from zero beginner, we join the Little Stars. They have one curriculum where they have to accomplish certain goals. And when they accomplish the goals, they can move to the next batch. So you're moving batch by accomplishing achievements, and then finally reaching the last team, which is the Warriors team in the development program, which can represent already the country or applying for the scholarships or playing in the Pro Tour. Our mission here in the academy is to provide an ideal environment to develop the holistic tennis player that can contribute to the society and the sports of tennis globally. So as I said, it's very important for us to teach more than tennis players to produce good people, good human beings, that when the player comes over here, it's a complete transformation. It's a complete transformation. We want a player to go to other tournaments that says, oh, that's a PBI player, you know, for the way they walk, for the way they communicate, for the way they speak, for the way they treat the people, you know, but at the same time for the way they play. So for us, it's very important, you know, and to not only produce tennis players, but we want to produce an integral professional tennis player. Our values, we call it, of course, the Center for Sports Excellence. So excellence, respect, perseverance, professionalism, passion, desire, and discipline. Every player who comes here into the academy, you see, you don't need to be too talented to have it. This is something that doesn't have to require talent to be the best tennis player in the world. But if you have one of all these components, and we're pretty sure you will succeed, not only in the tennis circuit, but at the same time in the life. So we want to put in their minds, in every player who comes here to the academy, that work ethic is for all areas of the life itself. In the academy, so these one are the values that represent us. And one of the cool things that we do is that we don't call the course number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Every core is marked with one value, one core. So we send the players, you're gonna go today to a core of work ethic. You're gonna go today to a core of responsibility. You're gonna go today to a core of respect. So in the moment that they jump on core, they already know inside of their mind why they are here. It's very important that at the same time, when we incorporate, we try to make the team as most complete as we can. So we have nutritionists, we have coaches, we have fitness coaches, we have psychologists, we have physios, we have everything here under the same roof. That was another problem that was facing Vivek, the owner of the place. And I said, that's why we need to build something like this. Because the traffic in Bangalore, for the ones who has been in Bangalore, is a little bit crazy. So moving from one side to another side takes around 2 hours, 1 hour. So we don't want the players to waste the time moving from one place to another place. They can stay here, they can train here, and they have everything to move forward in their careers. The tennis programs that we have, the grassroots tennis program, these are the teams. As I mentioned before, we start with the PBI Little Stars. Then if they accomplish the goal, they move to the Gummy Bears. If they accomplish the goal, they move to a Little Aces. All those are the red balls. Then we move to PBI Fireballs in the stage number 1 of Orange Ball. Then Service Star is the second stage of Orange Ball. Super Strikers is the third stage of Orange Ball. Then we go for the Green Dot Balls. Brave Bears, United Falcons, and PBI Brave Eagles. Every stage in every team has a different purpose. Where we teach first one, of course, in the red balls, what is the angles of the racket, what is the rebounds and potential of the racket. We don't emphasize too much in those stages in terms of techniques or grips. We want them to understand the game, play the game, compete the game, and then little by little, by the time they're moving and accomplishing goals, we are making a graduation. Every time every player graduates from one team to the other team, we make a ceremony. So we call everybody and we give the pin and the badge for the player who accomplished or achieved a new goal, because it's important for us to recognize when somebody is doing the things well. You know, the people in the world and the human himself, we live part of it because of recognition. So when one player moves to the other one, is to congratulate. We consider and we treat every player the same as your kid come or your kid come, for us will be the same. And that's come from me as a director. I wake up with one dream. I used to try to be a professional tennis player. I couldn't for any reasons, injuries and other reasons. But when I wake up every day, we see the dream of these kids and we want to live their dream. You know, so every time we take a player, it's an individual thing, it's an individual player, and we see the dreams in their eyes. Is that the Indian himself is beautiful because of that. You can see in their eyes that passion, you know, and then it's when you say, I really want to work with these people, you know, and you know, and every professional who works here in the academy has the same passion for tennis. We love it, and that's why we try to put in their kids. Passion comes first. Then we move, of course, by stages. Then we have the second one. This is the curriculum. This is I don't know what happened here. Okay. But if you see it, we have the goals based on dimensions. The 5 dimensions that we work on is first one, dimension number 1 is putting the ball in, learn how to put the ball in over the net. The second one is learn how to put the ball in with direction. The third one is how to learn to put the ball in with direction and with variation of depth. The fourth one is how to put the ball with in, direction, variation of depth, and spins. And the last one with the speed. So if you see, it's a different understanding of the game from the stage number 1. The development program is for players who already complete the grassroots program, and then we divide it in different stages. We consider, and it's something that doesn't come from us, Boris Becker said before, to develop a good tennis player, you need to play 35% of the times with people who is above of you, 35% of the time with people who is in your level, 35% of the time with people who is below your level. Okay, so we try to put people and the players in their own skill of level. You know, in that way we can ensure that the practice is gonna be too different between one level and the other one, and they can have a proper training. So we have different criteria to join the development program. The stage number 1 of the development program, which is the regular core with the regular ball. It's called Hurricanes team. And this is with the criteria to be part of it. You need to be UTR 1.5 or 4.49, complete their grassroots program. And if they don't have any of these ones, we do the ITN assessment, the International Tennis Number suggested for the ITF. So they can be between 8 to 9. If the group is not complete, then we have the players from the previous group, which then has the most number of goals achieved. We can move them to this program. You were going to ask a question?
Coach Jorge? Yeah, no, this is great. I mean, I think you got the whole system down between moving the kids with different goal and respective value, which is interesting. I never heard of that, no more in the court number 1, 2, and 3, all this stuff. This is a great idea for me too. But we got only 2 minutes left in the program. So yeah. So anything that I know there's a lot. I know you train so many high performance clients. Recently before you joined PBI, he was won the Orange Bowl, and now he's in Roland Garros playing the Junior Grand Slam. But I just want to introduce to you my good partner, Kyle. He also played all the Junior Grand Slam when a couple years ago back, right, Cal?
Yep.
Yeah.
Several years back, yeah. So it brings back a lot of memories, and listening to this information about PBI, it makes me remember all the preparations that I've had since I was a kid, leading up to when I played Orange Bowl and the Junior Grand Slams, and eventually to college and professional. So this is really a great thing that you guys are doing at PBI, and we look forward to sending kids to you guys, and
welcome.
Having very successful kids graduate from your program.
Definitely, anytime. We are very happy to host your players here. Definitely.
Yeah. So if you look at the background there, the facility is wonderful, Kyle. I've been there, and it's all indoor. Even though Jorge was saying it's raining right now, the kids still playing, training. It's just wonderful facility. We certainly are looking forward to grow the partnership with you. Between send kids from Thailand to India, or send kids from Philippines to India, or Indian come to play in Philippines or Thailand. Looking forward to that circle and keep improving kids.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the main reasons. We are here, of course. It's like trying not only to help the Indian tennis, but at the same time to help the Asian tennis, especially, and that you guys can, as you said before, George, and there are not many places, where you can find everything under the same roof in the world. And the expenses, of course, to send the tennis abroad is super, super high. So, of course, India is way cheaper than other places in comparison, So that was the main reason of this one, is that we are here to help, we are here to promote tennis. That's our main goal. And of course, help with the generation of the tennis in the next generation of tennis in India.
Have you finished the dormitory or hotel within the center?
Yeah, it's finished. Let me just show you. I can show you some pictures now here.
Yeah, please. We got one last minute.
Yeah, so this is the water team. This is the team, and the team of coaches. Oh, 1 second. I don't know. I'm receiving some calls. Sorry. UTRs. Oh, what is it? I think I jump it. 1 second.
The dormitory?
There you go.
Oh man, it's beautiful.
Yeah. When you came here, it was under construction. Right now, it's full. It's here in front of the tennis courts. So it's like we have the full residential. It's a huge center where we have classrooms as well. We have the night diner room in there, and this is basically a room. So we have the dormitories, and we have the more a little bit more luxuries if they want, and also apartments. So the coaches, part of the coaches team also will live there. We have the nutrition 24/7 over there with the players, taking care of the nutrition, taking care of the meals. So, wow, I mean, I wish I could have something like this.
Oh.
I know. Same sentiments. Seeing all these accommodations, you want to turn back time and experience
Yeah.
all these things.
Yeah, no, sometimes I said to the players, like, you know how lucky you guys are. This is, oh, I think the power went off. Sorry,
We
can you
think the
hear me?
same. Yeah, we got it.
Right, yeah,
So,
no.
Jorge, thanks again for your time this evening, and we certainly keep in contact, and hopefully we invite you to join us again, because you got a lot more information that the tennis family need to know. But
Yeah.
you got a great program going there, great facility. Now you get great dormitories, and I can say it's also good food there when I was there. So you got it all in there. Congratulations, and looking forward to grow the partnership with you.
No, definitely. I'm also looking forward. Thank you very much for the invitation. Unbelievable. The time just flew, and I couldn't cover everything. But hopefully, in the next opportunity, we'll explain the rest of the program. George, thank you very much. Thank you very much, you two, also for being here. And I'm looking
Thank you,
forward to
Jorge.
seeing you again.
Thanks. See
Bye
you
bye.
soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, good evening, everyone in Asia, and good morning, everyone here in US. Welcome again to our second day on the high school fair. So, with this is when we invited boarding school around the world to give information about the tennis program, about admission, about anything for you and your family for to decide what is the best fit for you if you decided to go come this route to play either sport here in high school or college or even professional. My name is George Duangmani. I'm a CEO from the agency College Recruits, and with me, my partner, Carl from Philippines, from College Sport Pathway. So we are here to help you, to guide you, to give you direction, advice, to consult you to anywhere to follow your dream here in US, to keep both sport and education together. I play tennis for the national team in Thailand. I came to college here and I went to work in financial world, Morgan Stanley, and retired 8 years ago. And just started up the company 8 years ago, and we has been successfully placed more than 300 kids in college here in different sports. And Kai can introduce himself, so about his background and all tennis. So
So as George has
welcome to the
mentioned, we
program.
are partners. I recently just opened my new company, College Sports Pathways, with the aim of helping and assisting as many Asian student athletes, to gain admission into top U.S. universities through their sport. No, I played tennis as well. I played all the junior Grand Slams. I played college tennis in the States, and I tried professional tennis also for a year and a half. And after that, same with George, I worked in the financial world, and now I am operating this business. So yeah, let's get to it, and we'll look forward to hearing more about our guests for this evening,
Yep.
Baylor. You know, so yeah, George, you can take the floor.
Yeah, no, so we have the privilege, and I literally thank you for both Ned and Ryan to join the program this evening. Because if you talk about high school sport or boarding school, Baylor School always came up. Everything's about sports, rather whether it can be American football, swimmings, tennis, volleyball, basketball, everything. Baylor names always come up. At least gonna be either one or top 5 or not more than top 10. But I really lucky and have the privilege to have both Ryan from the Dean of Admission for the school, and also Coach Ned, one of the instrumental heading the tennis program there at Baylor, with us this morning. I know it's not many college, not many high school facility that have 24 outdoor courts, right? And now you got 6 indoor court, and we don't even have it in Thailand, sir. I don't know about you, Kyle, in Philippines.
Absolutely none here. Nothing like that here in the Philippines.
Not even our national center.
That's
I'm happy to say. But
yes.
like to introduce our guest this morning, Mr. Ryan Armstrong. Good morning.
Good morning, George. Good evening over there, and thank you so much, everybody, for joining. We are really excited to have you on this call, and I'm just thrilled to have an opportunity to tell you more about Baylor. As George pointed out, we really love athletics here, but academics is of course also a top priority. So we really feel like we're one of those schools that can challenge our students both in the classroom and outside the classroom. And as George pointed out, our tennis program is a great way that we've done that over the years due to Ned's leadership. We're one of the leading programs here in Tennessee, and then overall as an athletic program, Max Preps ranked us the number 3 program in the country. So that's exciting. But we also have 23 AP classes overall, more than 35 AP honors and post AP courses. So we really love to get students who care about academics and want to play at a higher level, but then also have that passion after school to go compete throughout the year. And that's the beauty of it, George, as you pointed out. You said 6 indoor courts, but I believe it's 8, isn't it, Ned?
It's 8. Yeah, we got 8
indoor courts. So, whether it's the fall.
Don't wrap me out,
It's amazing, though. It's impressive. Right, I know, and I think that's something that is just a huge advantage for us to be able to play tennis. Fall, winter, spring, it doesn't matter. We're competing, and Ned, and then also Coach Ryan Reeves, who I think is having some video challenges. Ned's the director of the tennis program, so he's overseen this for quite some time and has done a fantastic job. And then Ryan is recently joining us from IMG Academy in Florida. He's the head coach of our women's program here at Baylor, and we're thrilled to have him as well. But with that, Ned, I can transfer it over to you so you can tell everybody a little bit more about the program.
Yeah. Well, I've been at Baylor probably about 13 years, and when I came to Baylor, I was selfishly looking for a perfect place for my own children. I think tennis is a sport where historically people have had to travel, had to give up academics, have to sacrifice things in order to get to an elite level. And when my children were young, I was looking for a place where you could blend great academics with great tennis. Myself personally, when I was a professional player, I played at Nick Bollettieri's academy like y'all did, and I saw that sometimes the sacrifice was too great for the academics. You know, the top players had to travel so much to get the type of tennis they needed to move on to maybe a professional level. But at Baylor, we treat the tennis like any top college in the country at a high school level. We have, like you said, we have 8 indoor courts and 16 outdoor courts, which is a facility that only very few universities can rival. 4 of our indoor courts have live stream capabilities. So a lot of our international players, they get to play and have their practice sessions live stream back home so their parents can even watch them play. So it's pretty amazing that, you know, we have that kind of technology at a high school. So what I tried to do was provide an opportunity where students could come and get everything they needed tennis-wise, yet still have some of the top academics in the country. So Baylor's just a perfect marriage for that. And I think it's a wonderful opportunity for any high school student who wanted to go on to college in the U.S. or even professionally afterwards. They're not going to be missing anything. We practice before school. We practice after school. We hold UTR tournaments on our own campus. So kids don't have to travel as much as they would in other situations to get exactly what they need. So I'm very proud of the program. And Ryan Reeves, we just hired him from IMG. We've got amazing coaches, and it's just a wonderful place to pursue your tennis dreams. And we do everything we can to help with that.
Well, thanks again, Coach Ned. And speaking with that, because you've been through the whole process, you've been coaching at the highest level, Andre Agassi, or the trial team, right, professional level, and you are a father of 2 great tennis players, and went to college, and you know all the stuff. And now you are the head of the one of the best boarding school in U.S. So, I mean, basically, it's all in at your experience that will speak in itself. And, you know, the kids and the student who come there will enjoy and learn everything through to your experience. But thanks again. And Coach Brian to join you. Congratulations. And certainly he's going to bring the best from IMG to add in your team.
All right. Great. That's true. I've seen tennis from pretty much every perspective you can be. I was an ATP player in the late 80s, early 90s. I've seen how many people put all their emphasis just on tennis, and once their professional career is over, they have more difficulty, you know, joining the real world. And I think that that's the thing that was very important for me, for my kids, and for all the kids that come to Baylor. I don't want them to ever give up their dreams of professional tennis or college tennis or whatever they have, but you always want that strong academic background to fall back on so you have a successful post-tennis career as well. And I think that Baylor School will provide everything you need to reach both of those ceilings, as high as you can get in tennis, high as you can get in post-tennis. So it's great.
Yeah. Right. So Kyle, the tennis in Philippines, is that the same as in Thailand, that most of the time kids have to decide, drop out of school and play tennis for a professional career when they're like 12 years old?
Yes, there's definitely a lot of similarities, that's for sure. And this is why I am so for the, for example, your system, coach, wherein you really balance the academics and the tennis perfectly, or whatever sport, not perfectly, because
Right.
as you've mentioned, you know, if kids just lean towards the sport, then it's gonna be more difficult for them to catch up. You know, once their sport is done, once they, I don't know, they get injured or let go of the sport, then the struggle starts to come. Right, it begins there, and I. You know, for example, I think I'm a good example of leaning towards the tennis side more. I was just lucky enough to get to where I got to, but um, if I were, you know, if you were to ask me if I could have done things differently, I would have definitely chosen, for example, Baylor, to be at Baylor school and really balance my academics and my tennis. You know, again, I was just fortunate enough that, you know, my parents did not let my academics slip. But you know, in most cases, when people lean towards the other, especially towards their sport, then the academics really suffer. So I really am all for what you guys are doing there, and I hope that a lot of the parents and the kids will open their minds to having or considering this option of being at Baylor, or you know, any boarding school that will really make them focus on their both their tennis and their academics.
So Ryan, the question could be either Ryan or Coach Ned, is that what level of tennis does a kid have to be or she to be in order to come join Baylor?
Well, as you saw in the video, you know, we hold a lot of camps for beginners all the way to, you know, top college players. But so any level, we have a place for them. But we do have a traveling team, and that's the main competing team that we have. And those kids are all on the path to being college players in the U.S. So that's basically what we're looking for, is people that want to go on after Baylor and play Division I, Division II, and whatever level university. That's the kind of kid that we're looking for here, and that we can do the most for. So if they're on that pathway, or that's their dream to play university tennis in the U.S., and you know, they don't have to be on the path to be a professional player, but if their goal is to play in college, I think Baylor's a perfect place for them. And what we would provide is pretty much the same kind of instruction and training you would get at any academy. You know, we have pre-morning workouts from the first day of school to the last day of school. It's a full-time program, and with the 8 indoor courts, weather is never a problem. So we're pretty much training every single day, year round, so they won't miss any time on the court. But the level is anyone who wants to pursue their dream of playing college tennis. I think that's the perfect level. That's our wheelhouse at Baylor, where we really can help a kid. You know, so we do have younger programs, but the boarding school at Baylor starts in 9th grade. So mostly the 9th grade to 12th grade players are really, their goal is to play college tennis. So that's sort of the level that is in our wheelhouse.
So coach, just to ask more specifically for kids or for student athletes watching, what, for those who would want to aim higher, like play college tennis, what level would they need to be considered to be part of that traveling team that you just mentioned?
I would say, you know, if you're familiar with UTR, the girls would probably be UTR 6 to 9. You know, the better players would be pushing towards that level, and the boys maybe 8 to 11 to 12, 8 to 12 probably. So the top kids would be more on that level. So anywhere in that level, even the boys down 7 to 12 would be. You know, obviously 12 is a very high level. 12 would be someone, especially at a 15, 16-year-old level. But
that's automatic. That's automatic Division I level.
Pretty much. If they're already 12 at 15, 16 years old, they're quite a top player. And that's our goal, is to push them to reach that level by the time they leave Baylor, but they wouldn't have to necessarily start out at that level.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay, so the kids are there that you can help them improve and develop to that level. Like, for example, if they go into the high school, ninth grade, and as boarding student, so they can come in at the level, but 4, 5, 6, you can help develop.
Absolutely, sure. Yeah, and if they want, we have opportunities. We have coaches that work all weekends. We have people that work after practice. So whatever the academics is strong. So there are requirements for the academics, but pretty much every afternoon, every weekend, and if it's possible before school. Nothing before school is ever mandatory, but it's optional before school. If they can work it out with their class schedule, we can do individual workouts. And so if a kid is motivated and really wants to be good, we're going to do everything we can to help them reach their potential. So, they're not coming in, they don't have to come in and save the world right away. If they're very motivated and hardworking, then that motivates us to want to push them harder. So depending on their level of intensity and effort, we're going to give them what they need.
Perfect. Coach, just one question with regards to the academics. Do the kids need to maintain a certain grade to be able to continue practicing with you guys or continue playing? Or is that not really it doesn't really matter?
Well, what I found is anybody who's motivated enough to be this strong in tennis usually has no problems with the academics. It's never happened that we've had a child in the 13 years who hasn't been able to practice because of academics. So I think tennis, we're not trying to train just the tennis. The tennis coaches are more interested in their whole person. So we're going to be very open. If they're having any trouble with school, we're going to work their tennis around them, getting the extra help. Baylor is absolutely amazing as far as the teacher interest in a student. If they have any problem with the subject, they're going to get all the help they need. Ryan can attest to that for sure, that the teachers they're following these kids individually. So if they do have trouble, they do have potential for extra help in the morning, which is why we don't ever make morning practice mandatory. So they can go get their extra help they need to make sure that they're open for the afternoon practices. That's the only mandatory thing is afternoon.
Perfect.
Kyle, that's a great question. And one thing I didn't point out was we have a learning center here on campus that is open from 8 o'clock in the morning till 3 or 4 o'clock actually now in the afternoon. So for our boarding students, there are going to be pockets in the day where, they'll have a little extra time after lunch, or they'll maybe have a free period. If their grades are above a certain level, they can have a free period. And they're just that learning center is an opportunity to go in and meet with one of 6 tutors on any core subject to get help, whether that be reviewing an essay or preparing for a math test. It's always there as an option. And then as a boarding student in the evenings, the library is open till 10 o'clock at night. So study hours begin at 8 o'clock at night, and they can do that in the dorm. And the dorm is stationed with teachers as well, but the library is also stationed with tutors. So it's not uncommon for students to migrate over to the library between 8 and 10 if they need a little extra support to get that from the library. But Ned's right. I mean, Baylor is all about educating the whole child in the classroom and out of the classroom. And I was thinking, Ned, as you were saying that, we really, knock on wood, we just have not had tennis players here who struggle in the classroom. And I don't know if that's just the mentality that they have. They're so committed to the sport that they're also committed to their academics. But we've been fortunate in that regard. But, to Ned's point, if we did have a tennis player who was struggling, I know that his program would do everything they could to make sure they get back on the right track before they are competing.
Amazing. So the kids there pretty much have the best of both worlds.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you one other thing, that this is just me and our staff, is when you bring a boarding child in, you really, as a coach, sort of make a commitment to help parent that kid while they're here. So it's not just about the tennis, you know, my life, and this is what I enjoy. I enjoy my relationship with the kids, and helping parent them is more than just coach them. And when you're bringing a high school kid over, there is that commitment that every coach needs to make. And I think at Baylor, not just in tennis, I see it all the time. That's what we enjoy. You know, they do have dorm parents that would help them with things, but, you know, if a kid gets sick, they're going to come to my house. They're going to come to one of the coaches' houses. They're, you know, people take care of them here. You don't just, sometimes at an academy, at a tennis academy, it's more like a assembly line situation, where it's a school like Baylor, you're part of our team and it's a family. So when they come to Baylor, I feel like I've made a commitment, and my wife, to help parent these kids. So, you know, we're in the middle of a fall break now. The kids will be coming to our house to eat, to get, you know, it's just not just about the tennis. It's more like a family environment. And I think Ryan could tell you that's how it is at every sport at Baylor.
Yes, and I'm fortunate to be a dorm parent on campus. So in addition to being the director of admission, I also live in the dorms. I've done that for 8 years. So it's been a cool thing just to welcome families in from all over the world into your family and make them feel comfortable and get to develop that relationship with them and then their family from afar. We just had a young man from Thailand who's here, and he's a great student, but he's also here to play tennis. And he was just able to travel over here. We have one dorm right now that we are using for quarantine space. So, you know, amidst the pandemic, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering what's happening there. So we're, as students will travel in to go to school, they'll quarantine in a dorm and then they'll move over to another dorm. So that just happened yesterday. So I'm excited to get to know this young man a little bit better. And I know Ned and Ryan will feel the same way. So it's, Ned's right. I mean, it's really like a family, and I have a different perspective, I think, than most people at Baylor, just because I grew up in New England. I went to a public school, and now coming to a place like Baylor and being here for 8 or 9 years, I'm upset that I didn't have an opportunity to go to a place like this because it's so special and unique, and I love being a part of it. But Ned hit the nail on the head. I mean, this is such a community of great students and great athletes, and it's an amazing place to be.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
And also, I think is that you know, after I listen to both of you speak more, if you look at further along the line of what's going to happen with the kids, you know, once they at Baylor, you prepare them well. When they get to college, it's like a walk in the park for them. You know, because they train through the years before they actually get there, which is different. If you come aboard from foreign countries, you know, you get the first day to college. I mean, everything is new. The transition is not there.
Culture shock.
Yes.
That's the word there.
Yes.
And I do think that one of the benefits is I was previously a college coach, and my history, I know almost every coach in the country. So it's easy for me once they get here to help place them into universities that are perfect for their skill set, for their desires, for their studies. So I think that helps as well. Y'all can help with that. I know y'all are amazing at that as well. So it just has that extra level of connectivity between Baylor and universities as far as the tennis goes. It makes it a great opportunity to come and study and be independent for a little bit. So when you get to college, it's just easy. You know, you've done it. So it's like a pre-college experience, really, for these kids.
Agreed.
Okay, so you know, we come to the end. Any last recommendation, last word for a prospective student that's coming into Baylor, hopefully in the next enrollment? It's going to be either January or August, right, for your enrollment?
Yes. So we're actually considering some mid-year enrollment for January. So that's a potential option. But we're also looking, I mean, normal admission would take place in August. Students would come here in August and, then begin the school year kind of late August. But I'll say this, I mean, I'm really excited to partner with you, George, and get to meet you, Kyle. I think you have a wonderful organization, and I think it's just a great match for Baylor. So I'm hoping that moving forward, we'll have an opportunity to meet some of your student athletes, and they can apply through the SAO, the Standard Application Online, which I think is fairly common. That's the best way to do it. But they can also reach out to us directly if they have questions or concerns. I'm happy to Zoom or speak over the phone with anybody just to give them the answers they need to feel comfortable about applying to Baylor. But I think it's a wonderful place, and I hope you'll consider it.
Yep. No, absolutely. I'm just hearing about Baylor, haven't really had the privilege of visiting you guys, but hopefully after the pandemic, I'll get to have that chance to see your amazing facility over there and what you guys got going on. But yeah, you guys will definitely be high on that list of recommendations from us. That's for sure. And yeah, we look forward to sending more kids from Asia to you guys.
Great. Thank you, Kyle. That'd be great.
Yeah, they won't be disappointed in the tennis. That's for sure.
Oh, I'm sure. We're sure about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks again for your time, Coach Ned, and also Ryan, both Ryan. I know another Ryan who could not join. I mean, the speak before. But thanks again for your time, and looking forward to foster our relationship.
Yep.
Great to talk to you guys. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Kyle. Y'all have a great weekend.
Yep, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The Montverde Tennis Academy program is the opportunity that the kid have to, at the same time, you have a good academic and a good tennis. That's the ideal. I mean, sometimes you can offer like just one thing, and at Montverde, I think you have the opportunity to have both in a high level.
Jaime is he gives a lot of attention, and it's not in every academy that you can get that kind of attention from a coach like that. And he works with a guy who's on the top court, like a Division I kind of level. And he also works with somebody who's a beginner who's been playing tennis for a year or 2 years. He doesn't differentiate the level and the attention.
I'm going to graduate here with 3 years and a half in the academy. Here we focus a lot on respect towards the other player, which I believe is a really important factor. It's not only important to be a good player, but also a good teammate.
The coaches, the people, all the staff, they all help us, embrace us. My game, it evolved every day. The coaches are trying to make us improve, making us have results in the future so that we can have a good college or even go professional at the tennis game. And I feel like my experience here at my 3rd year, I feel like I'm improved and I like it very much.
I think the philosophy of the academy is the work ethic, discipline, work hard, respect, and all the things we talk with the kids every day. And we are together with the teachers, with coaches, and we are on the same page. And I think the philosophy of the academy is this, work hard.
One thing that I like a lot about the academy here is that we are really united. So I believe that's a very important part in especially college tennis, because we need to be supporting each other. It's not only about ourselves, but about like a whole group.
And we push the kids to the limit. That's the idea. When they got here, we always talk to them and tell them what is the expectations regarding not just academic, but also regarding tennis. We always talk to them that they need to give 100% every day. We understand sometimes they're going to be a little bit tired, but they all understand this. And I think the other important thing is tennis is an individual sport. So when they get here, he understands that he needs to work as a team. And when they work as a team, make a big difference in the future.
Good evening, everyone in Asia, and good morning for everyone who joining us the program here in US. So my name is George. I'm a CEO and the founder of the agency College Recruit. I'm a host for the evening today. It's our first high school fair that we present to you, the top best boarding school and tennis academy around the world for you and your family to make the best fit and decision to join. And with me, my co-host is Kyle. He's the CEO and the founder of College Sport Pathway from Philippines. Good evening, Kyle.
Good evening, everyone, and good day to you guys over there in the.
Yes, and today we have a privilege and opportunity to talk with one of the best top tennis academy and also the school centrally located in Florida. It's Orlando, Florida. So I'm sure everybody, have kids and a family that know Disney World. So their location is probably 30 minutes away from Disney World. But thank you for Coach Jamie and Coach Guy to join us this morning and talk about your wonderful tennis academy. And I have a privilege to be down in Orlando, visiting, met with both of them, and also with Dean of Admission, and also we have clients at Montverde already. There's one of the best in every sport, always at the top 5, top 10 in the countries. And you can be trusted. They take care your child as a family, and they all secure location. Especially at this time during COVID. So not to overdo, Coach Jamie, welcome to the program.
Good evening, George. Good evening, Kyle. Thank you for inviting us to be here. It's a pleasure to have the opportunity to talk with some parents and to talk a little bit about the Montverde Academy. Like George said, it's in a good location. We play the whole year with a good weather. And so this is a great opportunity for you guys to ask questions, and we can talk about a little bit more about Montverde Academy.
Yes, and also join the program is Coach G. Both of you are instrumental to start the tennis academy at Montverde. So please go ahead and tell us a little bit about the program and the vision. I know you're very humble. I mean, you're a captain of Brazilian Davis Cup team. It's something to speak of, and that's the reason why parents and like to send the kid there to make sure they keep improving in tennis and also in the school.
So let me give you guys a little bit of my background. I play professional for 16 years. I stopped playing in 2001 with my best ATP ranking was 34 in singles, 22 in doubles. After I retired from tennis, I started to work as a coach. I've been coaching professional players in Brazil. Then about 6 years ago, I moved to Montverde. So I started this program in Montverde from
beginning. In the beginning, in the start, we have 3 kids. 2 of them was my kid, and the program is growing year by year. Montverde Academy, we have the academics in the morning and the practice in the afternoon. Our goal is to get the kids ready when they finish the high school, ready to go to a good college. Respecting every kid, that we know that every kid is different. They have their own level. And here we always try to push to the limit so they can improve and they can be ready to go to the next step. The program has been successful the past years. We won at the boys' side. We won back-to-back state series. Last year, we played a national tournament for the first time, and we won the national tournament. So we've been, like I told you, we have a good results the past years. I let Coach Guy talk a little bit also about the program.
Yeah, so talk a little bit about my background as well. I'm also from Brazil. I came to the United States 17 years ago to play college tennis when I was 18. And I did what most of you guys want to do, which is get a scholarship in a university and study and play tennis at the same time. So obviously you need to combine the academics with the tennis. It's not just about the tennis, because if you have a good tennis results but you don't have the tennis, the academic background, you're not gonna get accepted in a school. So I did that path. I graduated. I started coaching here in some universities, and then later on, I had the opportunity to come and work with Jaime. He was starting the academy, but and even though it was like a very beginning of the academy, I trusted because I knew the people that were behind it, and I knew it was going to be a success. So 5 years ago, when he was here for one semester, I came here the next semester to join him, and we started the academy very small, and it's very rewarding to see the academy growing from like very beginning to what we are right now. We got to at one point we got to having 30 kids in the program and winning state series and national tournaments, and not only that but also seeing all the players that came through the program graduated and went to a good university. Some of them are already seniors in college right now. They're about to finish in college. So them coming back to us, giving us a good feedback, how Montverde really helped them. It's very rewarding for us. So that's something that we're very proud of what we built here.
Great. So, we all have the same background. Cal, he's also played tennis, and that's the reason why he started his company there in Philippines to make sure to help guide kids to the pathway.
Yep, absolutely. As George just mentioned, tennis is a very important, or has been a very important part of our lives, and now it's our turn to develop kids, not to guide kids, to assist kids to have the best opportunities out there. And the reason why you guys are here is because George and I believe that Montverde is, one of the most um, like amazing opportunities out there for these kids, where they could have top academics and also top tennis training that will help them get into prestigious universities once they've graduated from your program. So yeah, amazing stuff that you guys are doing out there.
George, if you want, I can share a presentation that I have. I can share my screen if you want. Let me see.
That would be wonderful. Hold on a second. We gotta keep you as a co-host. Yeah, you are now. You're good.
Okay, let me try. Let me know if it does work. Can you guys see the presentation that I'm showing?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is a little presentation. I can send you guys the PDF file, and you can share with the families. But this is pretty much what we send to the kids that we're recruiting. It's a very it's condensed in 20 pages, but it talks a little bit about the program, in like a condensed way. First thing we like to talk about is the coaching staff. So Jaime mentioned how he was in the tour for 16 years. So we like to talk about how he's not only a great coach and accomplished coach, but he's also giving attention to all the kids in the program. Like I mentioned in the video, he gives the same attention to the kid who's a beginner in the bottom court to the kid who's a Division 1 level, maybe professional player level. Here's some of his highlights on the as a professional player. Um, and then as a coach, obviously he coached 3 guys in the top 60, ATP, current Davis Cup captain for Brazil, um, and so many other accomplishments. Like I said, I can share that with you guys later, the file. Our athletic facilities, we have 8 courts on campus. Everything is located within less than a mile. So the kids are able to go to school, they go to classes, they go to eat in the cafeteria, and they go to the tennis courts, and they go to conditioning within like a 2 minute walk. So everything is perfectly set up that you don't have to spend so much time traveling in traffic here and there, like in the big cities. So that's what makes the opportunity of Montverde such unique, because you have everything combined within like a mile. We have, like I said, 8 courts. We have a track where we do conditioning sometimes. Sometimes we do conditioning here on the grass, for like artificial grass as well. We have a weight room facility. So everything is like very, very top notch. Our boys team, like we mentioned, we have a lot of success before. We won the national tournament 2019. We were supposed to play again in 2020, ended up not playing because of COVID. But within these 5 years, like I mentioned, we're very proud that we built this winning culture. So from the very first year that we started the program, we've been winning as a team always. So I'm only posting the team accomplishments, but of course we had so many individual ones as well, uh, going from state tournaments and etc. We did have so many boys that had like great individual success. So many kids that were highly ranked, kids who had ITF ranks 200 something, kids that were top ranked in the country. They end up coming to our program. So that goes to show that if a kid's wanting to come to a high performance program, he's gonna have kids at the same level as him. So we had kids, I don't know if you guys are familiar with UTR, but kids were 12, 13 UTRs on boys. Same thing with the girls. We had also, some success with the girls as a team. Some standout players as well. We had a couple girls. Actually, this one girl is from Thailand. She was not here when we were here as coaches, but she came through Montverde before we got here. Some girls going to major Division 1 programs, full scholarships, all these. This girl, for example, she was in the Davis Cup team in juniors for Hungary. She just signed with the University of Mississippi, who is a top 5 program in Division 1, full scholarship. In our calendar, what we do is we play as a high school. So we do play against many high school teams, but we also play ITF tournaments that we have in the calendar, that we take the kids to the tournaments for the best kids. For the kids who are not in the level of ITF tournaments, we take them to local USTA tournaments. We also play against other academies that we call them. We match them up according to the UTR. We do kind of like a team format, like a college. And, we play all these matches together. And in the end, we count how many matches each team won. So it kind of gets the kids used to the team environment. Also, the UTR tournaments locally, and also we host some tournaments here. And then, of course, like I said, we have the competition as a high school and a national tournament in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Like I mentioned about the facilities, we have great indoor for a weight room that's located on campus as well. Our team participates in the competition twice a week in this weight room. We have a conditioning coach that follows them. He does like fitness tests and he keeps track of the kids' progress throughout the whole year. So for the first week that you arrive here until your last week, he's gonna have like all those data of how you've been doing on your performance, how you've been improving. Um, and our campus life, it's talking about how like everything is located, everything is nearby. We have like a dining hall, theater, library, bookstore, everything in the campus within like a mile. Talking about academics as well, um, I mean, our school is internationally recognized. We offer a bunch of advanced programs, which is some courses that you can take now that's going to count as credits when you go to college. So you get to skip those classes when you're in college because you already took them here, uh, which is a lot of kids are looking for that as well. And location, like George mentioned, we're very close to Disney. We're within 25 minutes, 30-minute drive to Disney. We're in Florida, so we play outside all year. In fact, we're in October, and most of the places are already like cold and getting close to snow, and we're having like very nice weather here still. Um, so you're in a close to a major city with the nice weather, everything perfectly centrally located. In terms of partnerships, we have a partnership with Wilson that all the kids can get discounts on all the products with Wilson. If they want to get other brands like Babylon or Head, they can do it as well. But with Wilson, we get discounts close to 50% on everything. So it's pretty interesting for the kids if they want to come over here and purchase anything that they need. And we had a partnership with ASICS this year that all the uniforms were ASICS. We're considering going to Adidas this year, but still in the talks. Here, when I send you the files, you guys gonna be able to see the video, but it's pretty much the same video that you guys played earlier. And like I said, that's our goal, to keep winning national titles, keep winning, forming the students to have success and keep achieving more. So I'll send you guys this presentation. It has some links, it has some videos, and you guys will be able to see. But that's pretty much Montverde tennis in 15, 20 slides. So I'll go back to. I hope that helps to summarize what we're all about and put something visual for you guys to see what we can offer.
Great. Well, thank you, Guy. Kyle, do you have any question for Coach Jamie and Guy?
No, I think Coach Guy's presentation pretty much summed it up. Very, very impressive. Very high level of tennis, that's for sure. As I've seen on the presentation, and obviously the accolades of Coach Jaime also. And I just wanted to point out, I saw Gustavo Elias's name over there. He's a very good friend of mine. When we played the junior Grand Slams, I practiced a lot with him, and he's a very funny guy. I traveled with him in Europe as well. So if you're still in touch with him, please send my regards. But amazing accomplishments by that guy as well. And of course, your accomplishments are incredible. One for the books, that's for sure. And with regards again to Montverde, Gui, thanks for that brief presentation. It summed up the entire academy. Very impressive once again.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you. So we come toward the end. I'll get last minute here. Anything you'd like to say for a family in Asia? Come join Montverde, your academy, Coach Jaime and Coach Guy. So like the big question I always receive. So how good of the level of the kids that should considering to come to your program? Because they all think they have to be UTR 12 before they get to you.
Yes, that's a good question, George. Many families, they think that they need to be already like a very good player to come to the Montverde, and that's not true. You can come doesn't matter your level, we're gonna work with you the same way we work level 1 UTR to level 12 UTR. You're gonna have the same attention, the same dedication of the coaches, of the staff. You're gonna be, like I told you in the beginning, here the idea is to push the kid to the limit, you know, push him, improve his game, develop his game, you know, make him a better person as well, because here our concern is just, not just with the player, but with the person. We want, when the kid graduates from Montverde, when he goes to college, he always have Montverde as a second family and a second house. And that's the way the kids feel today. Like Guide mentioned before, we have kids that keep in touch with us until today, even when they are almost graduate from college. They always call us to give the news, you know, send the videos, and sometimes asking for some advice. So we always keep in touch with them. So Montverde, if you think about coming to Montverde, you're gonna find a place like this. People that not just worry about the tennis, but worry about your kid.
Great. Thank you. So that's it. Thank you again, Coach, both of you, for the time and be with us on the program today. And all the family in Asia right now. So please stay safe, and all the information you need, it's out there. If you need anything from us, please always contact us, either myself or my staff in Thailand, or you can contact Kyle. We are here to help you to make sure you pursue your dream, but keep education and sport together. You no need to make decision one way or another when you were young, especially. So thanks again, Coach, and have a good day. And thanks, and looking forward to work with you and foster and send the kids to your program.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Have a good one, guys.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.